So, welcome to today's Q&A. Let's see if we can answer some questions today. Hello. So, how you doing? Was it your birthday this week? Or is it an anniversary this week for you? I can't remember. It was one or the other, wasn't it? A short-term memory. Hope you're doing well. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. Today is Tuesday. We go live every Tuesday here on our YouTube channel to hopefully answer some questions. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you could, please include your zip code or your city and state so at least I know where you're coming from. And we'll go from there. Lance says, Thursday is my birthday and June 2nd is my anniversary. All right, so we'll talk about your anniversary next week then. We'll bring that up. But happy birthday. Happy birthday on the 26th, right? All right, at home with family. Ooh, I'm sorry. Family emergency. Well, I hope everything goes all right. I'm glad you could be home, though. All right. Yes, happy birthday, happy anniversary to all those who are celebrating this week. And we've got a lot to talk about today. We have been focusing on our Mental Health Awareness Month, which is May. And we've been talking a lot about that. Last week we had Andrea provide us some details on some of the benefits that we have, some of the resources, I should say, that we have here available at Decker that you can take advantage of, whether it's the EAP program, the Employee Assistance Program, which does offer all kinds of resources as well as some counseling. And then, of course, our Doctor on Demand and our benefits package, our health benefits package also offers some counseling if you need it or if you want it. But the EAP program has quite a bit of information that a lot of people don't realize is there. It is free to all of our employees, all of their extended family, etc. So take advantage of it. If you have questions, go to it. Actually, give me a second here and I will provide you a visual maybe on the EAP program. There we go. There we have it. So humana.com /EAP is how you access this, but really it has a whole lot of information, whether it's assistance and counseling. You can get it by telephone, or in person. You've got free 30-minute consultations with attorneys, financial counselors. There's so many things that can create that anxiety, whether it be anxiety or depression or frustration or just overwhelm altogether, then yes, you'll be able to access this. Sorry, I was reading. Yes, Lance, there is let's see here. Let me type that into the chat here. The program is humana.com /EAP. And then you can see here that our username is Decker. And the password is EAP, lowercase. Okay, there you have it. So yes, absolutely. And there's all kinds of resources in here, not like just the counseling. There's life coaching that's available to you. Remember, this is all free of charge. Life coaching, assessment and assistance for the work-life specialists, for child care, adult care, every other day. You'll find retirement planning, conflict, addictions, financial concerns, trying to figure out how to pay for school. So you're welcome, Lance, no problem. Career development, adoption, grief and loss, finding schools. There's so much available that I don't want you guys overlooking it. You know what? Let me put the telephone number in here for you as well. 888-673-1147. And I think... Let's see. 711. There we go. Okay, that should help you guys for anybody who needs it. Now, remember, there is quite a bit of information out there for the EAP program and for some of the other benefits and resources that we have. So if you want to go ahead and check out our benefits package, or even watch last week's video that Andrea presented all of those resources. It's not just counseling and calls and doctor's visits or medication that can help in a lot of these situations. Sometimes the best thing is just getting out, getting into nature, going for a walk, getting some exercise, some fresh air. It could be your nutrition. Honestly, your nutrition has a major factor on it. And if you need to get anything checked out, you can have, there's blood work available through some of our providers. But yeah, go ahead and take a look at that. See if there's anything that they can further help you with if you have questions. But honestly, exercise and nutrition, eating a lot of the naturals, getting the greens in you. If it grows, so that those are the things. If it grows, if it breathes, if it reproduces on its own, then those are ones that you want to eat. Prepackaged food that is often labeled healthy or low fat or no fat or fat free or 0 calories, things like that, no sugar or 0 sugar, a lot of times are not good for you. And I say that because it may not have sugar in it, but it could have an alcohol sugar in it, or it could have manufactured sugar, fake sugar in it, MSG, all those type of things. Lamb says Baconator from Wendy's. Baconator from Wendy's is probably not going to fall under the healthy option or nutritious. Bacon, you know how I feel about bacon. I love it, but I'm talking nutrition factor. But I like the way you think. Yeah, greens are great. But everybody's a little bit different on what they can and cannot eat. You may have restrictions on your diet for other reasons. So talk to a naturopath or talk to a doctor, a nutritionalist who can advise you in the right direction. Probably a good idea, right? Yes, absolutely. We did have a couple of meals, and if you check out our Driven page, there is a resource on there. Driven is one of our Facebook groups that we have, but on there is a resource for the portions, as well as some great foods to eat to reset your metabolism and your food in general, like your nutrition in general. Getting out of the sugar rush that we all have. So Jack says, I lost 120 pounds by simply changing my eating habits. That is fantastic. So what were your habits versus what you did do? Hey, George. Yes, great topic. Absolutely. One that has been requested, so that's why we want to talk about it. So Jack, what did you do different? What are the habits? Because a lot of you guys, if you've ever read Atomic Habits, have any of you guys read the book Atomic Habits? Sometimes it's just little bite-sized pieces of habits that can help to improve, and then they just build upon each other. So maybe your first habit, and I'm going to use the book Atomic Habits as an example, only because, well, honestly, I just recently finished it. So, but using the habit of maybe it's your vitamins, trying to, starting a regimen of having vitamins every day. Maybe you get it out of the cupboard, or you set it out, or maybe you even have those like vitamin or pill packets, the little cases that you put your individual pills in for each day. What if you separate them out every single day and have that for the week, so you remember to take them each and every week? You don't have to go through and open them all. It's just right there, easy access. That could be your first step in creating a habit. And just one thing at a time. And then once that becomes a habit, then you go on to the next and just continually build. So it's stacking the habit stacking that can help create consistency. Maybe for working out, maybe maybe you set out your running shoes or walking shoes or hiking shoes or whatever, your gear next to or on your driver's seat, so that you have to do that before you start your day. Maybe that's your first step. Yeah. So there's all different. Maybe it's planning ahead. Where did I see it? It was this morning, and I can't remember where I read it, but it was talking about 40 meals. It's probably an email I got, but it's talking about putting together 40 meals in 4 hours. So you've got over a month's worth of food or dinners already pre-packaged and pre-made for yourself. So all you have to do is grab and go. That, the crock pot and the Instapot are phenomenal for that. Plus, don't forget we have microwaves in the truck, so those are quite handy when it comes to some of those pre-packaged meals for you as well. You have a good day too, Lance. You take care. Jack says, I stopped all the sugar and switched to protein and vegetables, drinking more water, but I did not exercise. So before I ate whatever the local truck stops offered and had to change. Yes, you do. And I do have to admit that some of those truck stops are offering some healthier alternatives, which is, I'm quite thankful for them. It's a godsend in that matter. But proteins, vegetables, great. For a lot of people, you still don't want to cut out carbs, not good carbs. You've got carbs like sweet potatoes or broccoli, or so there's still carbs out there that you want. They're dense in nutrition and overall, so you still want those things, but some of the refined carbs is what you want to avoid, the simple versus complex. George says intermittent fasting has done wonders for me. Also, another thing, now intermittent fasting for men and women is often different with the hours. Women are usually and again, consult a doctor or a nutritionist to make sure that we're on track for you and your metabolism. But intermittent fasting for women is usually anywhere from 10 to 14 hours, where men are usually 12 to 16 hours for intermittent fasting. And so a quick definition of intermittent fasting, this is my condensed version, by the way, is if you are, so for intermittent fasting, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. Basically, you're not going to eat for a longer time period within a 24-hour period versus when you are eating. So you have, let's say, 16 hours. You're not eating for 16 hours, and then you give yourself an 8-hour span where you can eat, if that makes sense. So you shorten the time period where you can eat, where for a lot of us, some of us might eat at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then our last meal is 7 or 8 at night. Well, if that's the case, it's over a 12-hour period that I'm like having my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, my snacks. They're all kind of spread out throughout the day, and then my metabolism, it can't really catch up at night, because then I'm if I ate at 7, 8 at night, then I'm eating again at 6 in the morning. It can't always process everything thoroughly before I start eating again. So if you condense that time period in which you're eating, so that you're eating between, say, 9 in the morning and 6, even 9 in the morning and 6 at night, you're still condensing it enough. George says he does 16 and 8. Awesome. Hey, Aim. So yeah, intermittent fasting can definitely help. And sometimes our bodies just adjust to it. So when I've done intermittent fasting, I've noticed depending on my activity for the day, it's easier. If it's a lifting day for me, or if it's a cardio versus resistance training day, I will be hungrier sooner if it's a resistance training day than if it's cardio. But that's me. I don't know if that's an everybody thing. Jack says, I stop eating after 7 p.m. and then I don't eat until the next day until 11 a.m. Intermittent fasting has worked great for me. So not only did Jack, 120 pounds, mind you, that is a huge accomplishment. So not only did Jack cut his sugar, he says he increased his protein and vegetables, started drinking more water. Water is huge. If you drink a glass of water before dinner, then you're like filling the gaps. You're filling the gaps with non-calorie, but still filling. I mean, your body is mostly water. You need the water to be able to metabolize everything and break it down. I love water. I put frozen strawberries in my water all the time because it gives a little bit of flavor and it keeps it semi-cold. I'm drinking. And so then I drink it faster. And then I have a tree of strawberries every time I finish my glass. Yes, I do that. It's a mindset thing. It helps me to finish it faster, more. I do drink a lot of water. I'm sure you guys realize that every time I'm on here. Talk a lot, so I have to drink a lot of water, right? Sure, whatever. All right, but 7 p.m. is a good time to stop. Now, not everybody can work within that span. 11, so he's got an 8-hour of 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm usually around, I don't like to eat after 7 at all. I prefer to eat, around 6. But I do start usually around 9 o'clock when I have my first protein drink. Now, how do you start your day? Because for me, if I start my day with a healthy breakfast, I can pretty much maintain that for the rest of the day. But if I start my day with, like, if I'm just trying to gather something and if I have a donut, which I don't like donuts, but if I had like a donut or a bagel, bagels are not good for you, but I love them. So, but if I started my day with a bagel and some cream cheese, then I am going to struggle throughout the day because bagels are very high in carbs. They've got high sugar content in them. They're really dense and they've got a high sugar content. So that is not setting up my day for success for me as an individual, because I'm constantly going to be looking for more things to snack on. Got that sugar craving in it that's constant throughout the day. However, after I fast, or once I go to bed or stop eating for the night, and I'm fasting until the next day, I can reset my mentality somehow. I don't know the science behind it. I really don't. But I personally can start each day differently based off of what I eat for breakfast. So if I have a smoothie, if I have a protein drink, whether it be, I love my frozen strawberries and my blueberries, and then I throw a couple spoonfuls of almond butter in it with my almond milk. And if I put protein in there as well, like a protein powder, then I can maintain that healthier eating throughout the day. Again, that is me. I don't know if everybody is that way. George, I don't know if that worked for you when you did intermittent fasting. Jack, I don't know if that was the case for you, but it definitely works for me. And I am a meat eater. I eat a lot of protein. I love my veggies. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely am a meat eater when it comes to proteins. For the most part, granted, I do like my almond butter and stuff. George says, for me, first meal is at lunch at about 12, and the last meal is about 8 p.m. Plenty of water in the morning and black coffee. Right. Yeah, I drink a ton of water. I am a tea person. If I wait too long, and George, you might, I don't know. Tell me if this is you. If I wait too long to eat from when I started drinking my tea, because some of my tea has caffeine in it, well, a lot of tea has caffeine in it, but I don't usually drink a lot of caffeine tea. If I do, however, I get like jittery, nauseous almost. So I have to pretty much drink water until I have my breakfast. Something else that I drink is have any of you guys drank golden milk? I wonder. Trying to think if I have a link to that. I get it from 310, 310.com. I think that's it. Anyways, I really like it. It has turmeric in it, which is very beneficial to you, and it does fight off a lot of colds. And it usually has, I think it has coconut milk, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, But yeah, I absolutely love that. That is a great way for me to start the day as well. So if I'm not planning to eat for a while, and instead I'll have my golden milk, and it'll settle my stomach a little bit, along with some water. Yeah, great suggestion. Absolutely. But like I said, nutrition is a big deal when it comes to your mood enhancers, but so is working out. And working out is different for everybody. Everybody has their different levels. It could be going for a walk and being outside in the fresh air. To me, that is just to breathe deep in fresh air. Now, I live in Montana, so I do have some fresh air. But it's just, I mean, that can reset your day alone, which is phenomenal. George says coconut milk is what I use. Coconut milk, very good. Yeah, almond milk, for some reason, that's my go-to. I think it's because I can buy it in bulk at Sam's. But yeah, that's coconut milk is fantastic. I do buy a lot of cans of the coconut milk for my smoothies. But I notice, does it like coat your teeth? I don't like the feeling that it coats my teeth. But I love it in my golden milk. So, which, like I said, it's dried in the golden milk, but it's really good. I like it. Yeah, so get out, do some exercise. Everybody's level is a little bit different. Squats are fantastic for anybody. Well, I shouldn't say anybody. Consult your doctor. But squats are great. They'll burn a lot of calories. It's the biggest muscle in your body. Or some of the biggest muscles in your body. So getting those squats are definitely going to help. Push-ups, just the basics. Start with 10 squats a day, just your body weight. Do 10 push-ups a day, whether it be on your knees or on your hands. I've got my challenge. Do you guys challenge yourselves? I like to set, I'm going to do this month, and I'm going to do this. Okay, so this month I have challenged myself to do 10,000 reps. And when I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said that he was doing 10,000, each month he'd do a 10,000 of something. Sorry. Okay. So he did, the first month I think he said he was doing 10,000 kettlebell thrusts. And then he did 10,000 push-ups, and then the next month he did 10,000 squats or something. And then he ended up doing 5Ks. So I thought, I want to do that. I want to do 10,000 reps. But I don't want to do 10,000 kettlebells for the month, because in my mind, now this is, everybody's a little bit different. I get that. But in my mind, I have to have a rest period. I have to have a recovery day throughout the week. So he did kettlebells every day for 30 days. I decided I wanted to do 10,000 reps, but I'm going to do it different for each day. So I started this last week. So Monday through Friday, I have 500 reps of a specific exercise. And then I did on the weekends, I do something, but not like a full-blown workout. So today was my push-up day, and I can tell you that because I'm resting my arm on my chair because my arms are sore. So 500 push-ups. I can tell you they were not on my toes. Not by the time, I started, and that was short-lived once I started getting in there. But 500 reps. And I'm quite excited for myself, even though they were pretty much all on my knees. And I was feeling defeated last week when I was doing them, because I'm like, I can only do this many. But it's a goal that I set out. And so it keeps me motivated to do the next day. So yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was my kettlebell swings. So I did 500 of those, and then I did 500 push-ups today. Variations of push-ups, not just regular. Some of them were triceps. Some of them were the pike push-ups. And so you're working your shoulders, your chest, your back, your tries. And so I would just rotate them all through. Anyways, my arm's tired. And they were on my knees because I've only was able to do a few warming up on my knees, and then once I started to do a few on my toes, I was going to fall over. A face plant, that's for sure. Come in with a bloody nose because I couldn't do a push-up. All right, so Yeah. So what are your goals? What helps you keep that mental clarity throughout the week? What is it that you go to? Is it your nutrition? Is it a combination of your nutrition and your exercise? Maybe it's journaling. Another thing that I absolutely love. I like to publish books and I like to publish journals. And so one of my weaknesses is having a journal myself. So I love to buy journals. They're just plain journals, and I'll just journal in them. What I do need to make sure of is that I've set a timer, because if I don't set a timer, I tend to just continue to journal and don't get anything else done. So set a timer for yourself, set a limit. It could be 1 minute. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 10 or 15. But allow yourself some time to just get your thoughts out. It helps you to clear your mind, and whether you're going to meditate afterwards, if you're going to pray afterwards, whatever your go-to is to clear, to get the struggles, the anxiety, the worries out of your head, out of your heart and your mind, so that you can relax and really focus on what it is that you need to do. Whether it is your job and getting the load there on time and going down safely on down the interstate safely. Whatever the case might be, how is it that you clear your mind? What is it that you do? So journaling, exercises, nutrition, all good ways to do it. Speaking to a counselor is another one. Journaling isn't for everybody, but sometimes you still need to get those thoughts out there and away from you, and that's where those counselors are. So check out the EAP program and see if there's anything there that you can take advantage of and use. Remember, it's a free resource, so have fun with it. Okay. So yeah, just a few examples. George says 30-minute walk before a shower is the easiest routine while on the road. Absolutely. Sometimes the shower itself, for some people, just having a shower is enough to release a lot of the anxiety that's going on in somebody's head, and just some quiet time. It could just be quiet, and you'd be fine and dandy with that. Totally understandable. Excellent. Okay. What else do we have? This week is bonus week. So let's just kind of hop on over to some of the details. And I am not going to read everybody's name, because you know what? This is the list of names of everybody who made or earned the Smart Drive bonus for the month. Now, this is our safety bonus that we have going on here. Okay, this is our safety bonus. And last month we had 68% of our drivers who earned a safety and scorecard bonus. So they earned a bonus of some sort. 68%. You know what's funny to me? This is pretty impressive, I think. This month we also had 68% who earned bonuses. That's huge. Now this is our safety bonus. So in our safety bonus, you need to have, so basically with the safety bonus, you get a penny per mile on all the miles that you completed for the month if your score was 20 or below. 20 or below. Yeah, George, I can tell you, the arms are dead. And like I said, they were not on my toes. I tried. So 68%, quite impressive. Of the Smart Drive, or the Smart Drive is, remember that we're transitioning into a new program, so we're going to be calling that our scorecard, or our safety bonus for now, at least for now. So until I get used to calling it, until we get it transferred over and I get used to calling it by the right name. That'll help. So we had 250 drivers, 254 actually, who received the safety bonus. That's 38% of the fleet. Now, of those, I didn't even count to see how many of these were perfect scores, because what you were seeing that I showed you, all of those names were perfect scores, which means they had 0 points for their safety score, which is fantastic, you guys. It's perfect. It's a perfect score. All right, so these are all April numbers. Everything that is ran in April is paid around the third week of the month following, so third week of May, and then we'll see May's numbers come the third week of June, or thereabout, somewhere around there. We had over 200 company drivers that earned the safety bonus of almost $18,000 in total, so about $84 a piece. Where our owner-operators, lease purchase drivers, we had 41 owner-operators lease purchase who received a bonus, and they made just a little over $92 on average, which puts them at $3,785.21 for our safety bonus for the month of April. So quite impressive. What's even more impressive is what was paid out on our scorecard. Now, here are the names of those who received a perfect scorecard. Perfect scorecard. And of those who received the perfect scorecard, we had a number of people. So far this year, of all these names that you see, perfect scorecard, by the way, is 1,000 points. And this is going to include your idle time, your fuel compliance, unless you're an owner-operator lease purchase. Those two factors are taken out. But for our company drivers, our company drivers, if it's idle time, fuel compliance, your on-time delivery, driver service, claims basically, claims themselves, preventable accidents or incidents, CSA violations, your miles, those are all factors in your scorecard. So a perfect score is 1,000 points. These are all of those who received a perfect score. And so far this year, Dean Sosick, Charles Gann, Tom Melton, Barry Vandiver, Louis Diaz, Travis Gatling, Sean Swallows, and Brian Hembry have received perfect scores all year round for the whole year. So far, all 4 months. Not too shabby indeed. Now, we had 322 drivers, which is about 48% of our fleet, who received this scorecard bonus this month. So again, that was 322 drivers who received the scorecard bonus altogether this month. But as you saw, there are quite a few who received the not only the perfect score, but some of those received a perfect score all year round. Yes. Now, for those who first time perfect scores, this is their first time getting a perfect scorecard, Jody Sayer, Gene Valmy, Tyler Ash, Darylone Shoemaker, Robert Mellick, Rolando Rosales, Diana Rosales, Brandon Ford, Daniel Smith, and Lloyd Miller. So congratulations to all of those who not only was it your first perfect score, hopefully the first of many, but also to those who had a perfect score, who have maintained a perfect score all year round. And shout out to our 322 drivers, both company and owner-operator lease purchase, who received a perfect scorecard. 48% received the scorecard altogether. So 322 received a scorecard. 68% altogether. I think that's impressive. Those are big numbers, you guys. No lie, big numbers. Because altogether, that paid out, let me double check here. I believe it paid out over 50, yes indeed. It paid out over $50,892 for the company side, which averaged about $193 per company driver who received a bonus, 263 altogether. And almost 60 owner-operators lease purchase who received $13,000 total, about $221 per person for a company. So quite impressive. Big shout out to all those who received those Congratulations for sure. Huge achievements. That is an understatement. All right. Well, let's talk about, we ran out of time yesterday during our Facebook Live. By the way, if you didn't know, we go live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/DTL Inc. So if you want to hop on Mondays, that's totally fine. Otherwise, meet me here on Tuesday. And you can always get the replay here on Tuesday at noon Central. But yesterday, we ran out of time on some of the hiring needs that we have, some of the positions that we have available, and I wanted to make sure that we address those. Now, last week, or 2 weeks ago, I started talking about some of our team opportunities, and we were getting questions in left and right on that, so I want to take some time and go through some of our team opportunities. If you guys are interested in coming aboard to Decker or want to schedule a time for a recruiter to give you a call, you are seeing at the very top, and then every once in a while down here, but at the very top it says text Decker to 25,000. If you text Decker to 25,000, you will get an automated response, which will then allow you to schedule time for a recruiter to give you a call. So whether it's Anna or Bryce or Aaron or Clarissa, Tanya or Mitch to give you a call, they will set up some time and answer all of your questions and find out what's available in your area that you qualify for. So let's talk a little bit about this team's opportunity, okay? Yeah, my arms. This team's opportunity. The base pay for our teams is 60 cents a mile. Now that's split to the truck. So this dollar amount or this cents per mile is going to be 30 cents per driver to that truck, okay? So 60 cents total. That's the base. That's what you get paid every Friday. Now our pay period runs from Monday to Sunday. So everything that's in by Sunday night at 10 p.m. is going to get paid to you on that following Friday. Now we have guaranteed pay in most all of our divisions. However, with the teams, you're getting the 60 cents a mile every single week. Every week, Friday, okay? On all the miles that you completed by Sunday. That being said, you do get extra pay, extra mileage pay. Now this is going to be different than our scorecard bonus or smart drive bonus. You'll be eligible for those as well if you meet those qualifications. So this is a completely separate bonus from that. Okay, so both of those bonuses we're going to put over here. But then we have our team's mileage bonus, which is solely based off of your mileage. So if you run between 12 and 14,000 miles for the month altogether as a team, you're going to get 62 cents a mile total. So you'll get an extra 2 cents a mile. That's a penny a piece. If you run between 12 and 14,000 miles a month, you'll get 64 cents a mile. So that's 2 cents per driver that you'll get an increase. 16 to 18,000 miles a month is 66 cents a mile. So it's 3 cents a driver in bonus. And I'm going to talk about when this is paid here in just a moment. If you run over 18,000 miles a month, it's going to be 68 cents a mile total. So it's 4 cents per driver total. Now, keep in mind, every Friday, you're getting paid on the miles that you ran that previous week. But the mileage bonus that you'll get will be the third week after when you ran it. So everything that was ran in April, you'll get paid, well, right around this week, the third week of May. Okay, so your miles are going to be calculated. Now, you see our tiers. That's basically for super solo miles for the most part, because most of our teams are running 24,000 or so. You know, they're running about $5,500 to $6,500 or 55 to 6,500 miles a week on average. That's what our teams are running. And some of them are on dedicated runs. Primarily, they run along I-90 between Iowa and Washington. That's primary. And one of the loads, which we have a lot of, one of the loads that our teams often run is a dedicated, and it is touch freight. So our refrigerated division, for the most part, is no touch freight. The exception is this one customer, these one loads. These are bread loads, and you're hauling the loads on and you're rolling them off. So rolling on and you're rolling off. But these carts that you're rolling on and off, it's basically a two-man gig, two-person gig. So it's about 350 to 400 pounds, I believe, per cart that you're rolling on and off. So they're heavy. And you don't want them to tip. If they start going down too fast, they'll start to tip, and that is definitely not good. So about 6,500 miles per week, 7,000 is definitely doable, if not on average even. Most of it is drop and hook. 90% of it is going to be drop and hook when you're not doing the bread loads. Like I said, the bread loads are hands-on. That's totally different than any of the other freight that we have in our refrigerated division, which is no touch other than that. And your home time was that will be discussed based off of where you live. So for the most part, we figure, about 2-3 weeks out at a time. But in some cases, we can do a little bit better. In some cases, we can't beat that. Okay. You'll be pulling refrigerated trailers. Our teams all run reefer units. If you have questions, let me know. We do have a $5,000 sign-on bonus that pays to the drivers. It's split. So it's $1,250 split each quarter. Each quarter you'll get the $1,250, $625 per person. Cool? All right, so that's our team opportunity. If you guys have any questions about that, you let me know. But I do want to just add this one last thing. The bonuses for the teams, not only do you get the rate of pay per mile, which is 60 cents a mile, plus the bonus mile. So you get the 60 cents a mile base. Then you get the mileage bonus. That's just based off of your mileage. Then you get the sign-on bonus, which is another bonus. Okay, so that's bonus number 2. Then you have the scorecard bonus opportunity. Then you have the safety bonus opportunity. So that's 4 bonus opportunities that you have as a team driver. Keep that in mind. Plus, the sign-on bonus can be an accelerated sign-on bonus. The more miles you run, the more you get. So yes, quite a bit of opportunities for you guys. And our trucks, by the way, especially for our teams, they're double bunk. We have mostly 579 Peterbilts. We have some 760, 780 Volvos, and a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. It is based off of what's available at that time. So you might not have a whole lot of options. Depending on the availability, you might have multiple options. So we'll wait to find that out when you want to get started. If you're interested in getting started, please text Decker to 25,000. Decker to 25,000, and that'll get you going. Otherwise, you can give us a call at 888-668-0698. I was trying to figure out where there. Here for the telephone number, right? All right. So, what else can I tell you? The equipment. Double bunk, sorry, I read a message and it popped right off. So double bunk is for all of the trucks. They are all automatics, and they can have they have APUs, inverters, refrigerators, microwaves, CB units, 32-inch television, company paid satellite TV, which is 100 plus channels. It's through Epic View. We have free Wi-Fi. We have the Geotab unit, the TransFlow system in the truck for not only your dispatch and your hours of service and communications. Mega Megan, I'm going to say yes and always. And what kind of chips do you put in it? But yes. So what else? We've got, in the trucks, we've got a ton of amenities in the trucks. I think I mentioned refrigerator. I know I mentioned microwave. The bunk heater, which probably isn't going to be needed this time of year. Still a little cool in the evening, throughout the night. But, APU and everything. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to us. They are double bunk. 888-668-0698. So Megan asked, can you help settle a debate? Should a sandwich be squished before eating it? And especially with chips. So yes, my answer is yes. And I like the jalapeno kettle chips. And I like to put those in my sandwiches when I have them. And I also like the jalapeno bread. George says APU. Yes, APU. APU inverter. Wi-Fi, the whole kit and caboodle, pretty much. All kinds of amenities. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's good too. Yep, I am a chip person, so I gotta be careful. Been trying to find healthier alternatives for that. So the sweet potato chips, making your own, in your air fryer. Do you guys carry an air fryer with you in the truck? So making sweet potato chips. And of course, sea salt or Himalayan sea salt helps. And I do not use vegetable oil. I only use olive oil or avocado oil, mostly avocado oil, unless I'm baking, and then it's coconut oil. Hey Mike, how are you? George says I agree on the jalapeno chips. They make your biceps look good. That's it. I knew it. That's why I eat those. Awesome. Okay. What else do we have? We have a hopper position available. Actually, I have 2 hopper positions available right now out of the Fort Dodge, Iowa area. And you do need to live in Fort Dodge for that one. It is running from Fort Dodge to Blair, Nebraska and back. Actually, you can live within a 20-mile radius of Fort Dodge. 25-mile radius, technically. There's a 5 a.m. shift and there's an 11 a.m. shift. They're roughly about 8 hours apiece. And they pay $225 per shift, Monday through Friday. However, if you are running on a Saturday or Sunday, you're going to be getting $250 per shift. So this is how it works. This is the schedule of this hopper position. It's 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. So every 4th week, so once a month basically, you get a 3-day weekend. Otherwise it'll be a 2-day weekend. Make sense? And it'll be over the weekend. However, the way that rotates, you'll be working either a Saturday or a Sunday 3 weeks out of the month. And on the Saturdays and the Sundays shift, you'll get paid that $250 per shift instead of the $225 per shift. Cool? Make sense? Crystal clear? It's a hopper position. It is a day cab running back and forth. And that one is slip seating. So I do want to make a note of that. Any of our other positions that I can think of at least, like any of our regional positions, even some of our home daily, unless it's a local position, then it's not slip seating. But in this position, this grain position, this hopper position, it is slip seating. So I do want to make sure you are well aware of that. You need to park the truck at the Fort Dodge terminal. Someone will continue that shift because this is a 24-hour. These runs are going. They're moving. DL Raj 40. I just finished truck driving school and have my CDL. Do you have a tuition reimbursement? We do. Yes. Great question. Now it does depend on a couple of things though. So I want to make sure that I throw this at you and let you make sure that you're well aware. First of all, it depends on where you live. So can you tell me where you live? Because I want to make sure that I'm answering this completely for you. The reason it depends on where you live is in some divisions, we do not train. If you are looking to be part of our over-the-road flatbed division, we do not train in our over-the-road flatbed division unless you have at least 6 months of flatbed experience or at least 1 year of tractor trailer experience. And then we'll train you in the flatbed. Okay. Now, if you live in areas of Colorado, okay, Denver? Because it does depend. In some areas of Colorado, I don't have a ton of options, but others I do. So for the most part, say if you live in Denver, I'm going to use this as an example, we have refrigerated. And yes, we do train in our refrigerated division. We also train in our Midwest flatbed division, and that's because you're running around. Okay, cool. That's because you are closer to our terminal. Our main terminal is in Fort Dodge, Iowa, and that's where we do our orientation. That's where we do our training. And so it's a lot easier if you need additional training that we can get you in there and go through that. Where if you're part of our over-the-road flatbed that's running all over, it is harder to get you in there for that additional training. But we want to make sure that we get you trained properly to begin with. So yes, my answer is yes to you, as long as it is a 160-hour course that you graduated from and you obtained your Class A CDL and you come directly to Decker. So if you went to another company in between, then no, we wouldn't do the tuition reimbursement. But if you came directly to us, yes, and this is how it pays out. See, it's a really long answer. You you had to be prepared for it. Okay, so this is how it pays out. We reimburse up to $6,000 or whatever that cost is, up to $6,000. And we pay you $200 a month until that reimbursement is taken care of. So, orientation. So let me back up here. We start paying you the $200 a month after you've been here for 90 days. So this is how this is going to look. You've graduated from your school, your PTDI certified school, or 160-hour course, okay? Graduated from it, you obtained your Class A CDL, you're ready to rock and roll, you've already put in your application, you've got approved. We send you an online orientation, which is about a couple of hours, 3 hours or so of video, followed by a couple of questions, another video followed by questions, and so on, until you finish that. So once you've completed that and you're scheduled for orientation it starts on Monday, so Monday orientation, you have, we'll get you either a rental car or a flight to Fort Dodge to start your orientation. We'll take care of your meals and your hotel. You're paid $1,000 as a student. You're paid $1,000 for orientation for that full week. And then you'll go out with a trainer for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, while you're with a trainer, you get paid $700 a week to train. Then, now $700 a week. Now, once you've completed your training, okay, then you will be getting your cents per mile, but you're still guaranteed $1,000 a week. So you'll get 52 cents a mile to start with, and every 90 days within that first year, you'll get a penny raise. So 52 cents a mile, 53, 54, 55. And then by the end of the year, you'll be at 56 cents a mile by the end of your 1 year. Okay? And what am I missing? Now, the guarantee of $1,000 a week. The guarantee of $1,000 a week means that you had on-time delivery, so no driver service failures, no preventable accidents for the week, no CSA violations for the week. You've gotten your paperwork in on time, and no claims. So that's the criteria for the guaranteed pay. Pretty basic, but you gotta have it in place. Now, if your miles exceed your miles and your rate of pay per mile, so like I said, it goes up starting at 52. If that exceeds the $1,000 pay, then you'll get the better of the two. However, if you fail to meet one of the qualifications for the guaranteed pay, say you had a preventable accident that week, then you'll get the cents per mile times the miles that you ran, which again could be more, but you just wouldn't qualify for that guaranteed pay. Now, you also qualify for the sign-on bonus, which is $5,000 total. It's $1,250 each quarter paid out within the first year. So every quarter you get paid $1,250. However, if you run over 25,000 miles for the quarter, then you're going to get an additional 5 cents a mile. This is part of the sign-on bonus. It's called our accelerated $5,000 accelerated sign-on bonus. So you'll get the $1,250 each quarter, but if you run over 25,000 for the quarter, you'll get an additional 5 cents for the miles over 25,000 for that quarter. Cool? All right, so you can increase. Now, coming out of the student, that just starting off and kind of getting your wheels under you, pun intended, not necessarily, but I'm going with it. Then you probably won't be getting a lot of miles. You probably wouldn't be exceeding that 25,000 for the quarter. That's an assumption, but that's what I'm going to go with. However, the more experience that you gain, the easier it is going to be to get more and more miles, because you're going to be able to manage your time better. And stay in communication with your driver manager, because they want to make sure that they are meeting your expectations for your financial goals, your mileage goals, etc. You know, they're more so than not, they're looking at financial goals more than they're looking at mileage goals, because we got a little bit more control over that one. So yeah, does that answer your question? We do reimburse up to $6,000. It starts paying you $200 a month after you've been here for 90 days. That's the short answer. The long answer, you already got a whole lot of. You're welcome. I know. And long-winded. Yes, I am. Great question. Appreciate it. But yes, we do have refrigerated flatbed. Okay, cool. Excellent. And if you haven't already put your application in, get a hold of one of the recruiters at 888-668-0698. You can also just text Decker to 25,000 and that'll get the ball rolling for you. You'll still need to put that application in, which eventually will be at drivedecker.com, but you might want to talk to a recruiter first to make sure. But out of the Denver area, you're looking at a refrigerated position. You can get home every 7 to 10 days, I think is an option out of there. But 2 to 3 weeks is going to be the norm. So 2 to 3 weeks out. And then we figure for every 7 days out, it's a day and a half home time. So you get your home time. When you're with a trainer, you're not going to be able to get the 7 to 10 days out at a time. You will be running off of their schedule. And like I said, you're only with a trainer for about 2 to 3 weeks, unless they feel that you need to continue that training and gain more experience with them, you know, with their guidance. And it's $700 a week that you're paid while you're with a trainer. Oh, the rate of pay that I've been quoting everybody per mile, 10 cents of that is per diem. So please remember 10 cents per mile is per diem, which means your take home, your taxed amount is going to be a little bit, well, your taxed amount is going to be a little bit less each week, but your take home will obviously be a little bit more because of that each and every week. Yeah, you'll be able to take advantage of that. What else can I tell you? Oh, we do have a local position out of the Des Moines area. Also, I believe that this is also a straight track. It is slip seating, I can tell you that. It's Monday through Friday. Might have a rare Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. shift. Could be a little bit longer days, but it's usually 45 hour work week. It pays $23 an hour. You must have your hazmat endorsement and you must have tanker. So you'll be basically hauling flatbed freight. So being able to tarp and secure a load is important. We'll train you how to do that. But you'll be hauling flatbed, you'll be hauling refrigerated, could be some dry van, some tanker, just all across. We've got a shop in Des Moines, so you'll be shuttling trailers. Sometimes you could be taking them 75 or even 175 miles out, but you'll be home daily. It is a home daily position. Again, Des Moines, Iowa, home daily position. Give us a holler. It pays hourly. 888-668-0698 or text Decker to 25,000. Cool. We also have a Fort Dodge short haul. The short haul position is flatbed and it can get you home daily. In some cases, every other day. It just depends on, how often you want to get home. But within that hiring area, from Fort Dodge to Milwaukee, or Des Moines to Milwaukee, or Sioux City, Sioux Falls, Omaha, those are all areas that we hire for the short haul, flatbed short haul, home daily. 888-668-0698. Jack says, Midwest Reefer, can I get home on the weekends? Jack, it depends on where you live, but the answer is yes. If you live in Iowa, your odds are pretty good. You're usually coming in on like a Friday night or a Saturday morning and then coming back out either Sunday night or Monday morning. So you've got a 34 reset in the refrigerated division. It just depends on where you live. If you live in the Chicago area, if you live around Milwaukee, if you live in Minneapolis area, Kansas City, yes, we can get you home weekly in those areas. It's not always on the weekends, but for the most part, it's coming in. We like to straddle home time around the weekends because the cutoff date or the cutoff for payroll is Sunday. So we usually like to have usually a Sunday off, being one of the days off, Saturday or Sunday. Good question. So if it's an area that I didn't list, then just put your zip code or city and state in the chat, and I'll be able to answer you on whether or not we have home weekly out of there. But the further you come away from the Iowa area, the less likely that it would be weekends or, for that matter, home weekly. Good question though. Yep. And let me specify running lanes as well. If you're home weekly, most of the time you're running anywhere from Denver east, a lot of the Midwest, Walkerton, Indiana. I got to look this one up. Give me a sec, just because I'm not sure. Did I spell that right? I did not. Walkerton, Indiana. Let's see. All right, cool. I have home weekly in the refrigerated. I also have home weekly in the flatbed too. I've got a couple of flatbed positions that is $1,700 if you live in the Chicago. If you live, like Walkerton is a good example of this, but if you live within 50 miles of Chicago, I have a home weekly that guarantees you $1,700 a week. Flatbed. You're welcome, George. Happy Taco Tuesday. Absolutely. So yes, Jack, I do have home weekly. Every once in a while, I'll have a dedicated refrigerated position available out of your area as well. So stay tuned on that one. That one is that's our fresh meat fleet. It's full right now, but we are looking to expand it. It's not expanding yet. So be on the lookout for that one, because that one does guarantee a higher rate of pay per mile. We do have a guarantee of $12.50 a week out of there right now. $12.50 a week for the refrigerated, $1,250. And your rate of pay per mile obviously is going to be based off your experience. Excellent. All right. So if you guys have any questions or when you're ready to make the move, give us a call, 888-668-0698. I appreciate everybody being here for today's live Q&A. We will not have Monday's Q&A on Facebook. I am not 100% positive on Tuesdays. Just depend on the questions that are coming in. But we'll keep you updated on that here on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. 888-668-0698 to get a hold of any of us in the recruiting department. Otherwise, text Decker to 25,000 and we'll be able to answer your questions. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. Jack, I love the advice that you shared. Thank you so much for providing the information on your intermittent fasting and just the healthier lifestyle that you've been able to create for yourself on the road. George as well with the intermittent fasting. I appreciate all of you guys. Mike, you have a good one. You take care. DL Rogers, I hope to visit with you soon, and hopefully we'll be able to get you scheduled for the next couple of weeks for training and stuff. All right, you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Be safe, travel safe, and please reach out to us with any questions.